Hey guys, this is Cannon at K4 Tuning. Got another video for you today. It's been a while. Had a recent misfire with my car here. We're gonna pinpoint it, show you how to diagnose it, and hopefully we can come up with a fix so that it doesn't misfire again. It's currently 30 degrees outside, so it's cold. We're gonna see how well this thing starts up. The car lives on E85. Sometimes really cold startups are a little bit of an issue. But I'm going to take you with me and we're going to check it out. Okay guys, we are here in the car. I'm getting ready to fire up. Like I said, it's 30 degrees outside. It's really cold. You're going to experience this cold start with me, and I'm going to see if I can show you here through data logging where and how my misfire is going. This is Sebastian. He wants to be outside in the car with me, so that's him. Hello. He's shy. So let me get you turned around and we'll go through this. Open up, this car is on link. Ignition on. Let me take you over here to my configurations page. We're going to check everything out. Battery voltage there, 12.2, that's fine. Map and baro read fine. Intake and engine coolant temp here show 26 and 27 degrees. It's about accurate. It's really cold. Ethanol temp shows 37. It's usually about 10 degrees off. I don't know why. And we are at our winter time ethanol content now, 66%. It's about what it was last year. So let's go through this. I usually like to log these cold starts to see if my misfire will show itself during cold start, or it usually happens when it starts getting warm. So we are going to start this log. Give some throttle here, make sure we're reading. And we're gonna fire. Is running. I got a lockout on my lambda sensor. It's about 20 seconds, so it should pop up here in a second. We're gonna be pretty rich. 0.79, 0.80, something like that. Feel a little bit of a misfire. There's misfire. Misfire showing lean. Now I'm going to show you guys what I'm watching to find my misfire. And I don't know if the engine is warm enough yet, but I am watching my exhaust gas temperatures. I have individual EGT sensors in the car, so I can watch cylinders 1 through 4 and the exhaust temps. And if you look here, cylinders 1, 2, and 4 are a lot higher than cylinder 3. And cylinder 3 has been my suspect cylinder this entire time. I'm hoping it's a coil pack or a plug, but this pretty much verifies that something is going on in cylinder 3. The other 3 cylinders are within 20 or 30 degrees of each other, and cylinder 3 has not really come above 400 degrees until just now. It also feels like the misfire is slightly stabilized a little bit. Maybe it'll come back, but this is something good to show you guys. It seems like cylinder 3 has stabilized and the temperature is coming up. Now, what's going to happen is, as we come up to temperature a little bit, if we start misfiring again, we're going to watch cylinder 3 start dropping in temperature. And this is going to be a further verification that cylinder 3 is heavily misfiring, either due to a coil pack, due to a spark plug, or possibly a fuel injector. I have low suspicion that it could be a cylinder or a valve issue, but those are potentials. Those will be checked further along the line. We're going to first do our coil pack check, our spark plug check, injector, and then we'll go into mechanical stuff. So the car's starting to misfire again, and we are starting to watch cylinder 3 drop in temperature. Now basically what this is meaning is that there's a misfire in cylinder 3. The fuel and air mixture are not igniting, and raw fuel is being sent through the exhaust manifold, and the exhaust temperature on cylinder 3 is just dropping. It's cold outside. So we're going to shut this off. I'm going to stop the log, and you can see cylinder 3 here is my yellow line. If you guys can, sorry, I'm not paying attention to the camera much, but cylinder 3 here starts out low, misfiring, comes across here and stays low. Look how cold cylinder 3 is right now compared to the rest. 400 degrees. That's a dead miss. All right, we're gonna shut the car off. There you guys go. That's verification. Cylinder 3 misfire. We're gonna go under the hood now, and the first thing we're going to do is swap a coil pack. I'm gonna take cylinder 3 coil pack and I'm gonna move it to position cylinder 4. We're going to run the car again and see if the misfire moves to cylinder 4. If the misfire does move to cylinder 4, that means it's the coil pack, because that's the only thing that has changed position. If the misfire stays on cylinder 3, the next thing we're going to do is the same thing with a spark plug. We're going to move cylinder 3 spark plug to a different position and see if the misfire follows. If the misfire moves to the other position, then the spark plug is the cause. So that's what we're going to do next. I'll see you under the hood. Okay everybody, I got the coil packs out. It was really easy. It's just two 10mm bolts and a couple plugs. One thing I didn't mention is that this car is using a coil-on plug setup. It's still a wasted spark setup, but it uses 4 individual coils for the energy. This is cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take cylinder 3 coil pack here, and I'm going to switch it with cylinder 1. So if our misfire moves to cylinder 1, the coil pack is the issue. I'm going to swap these around, and we're going to give it another test. Okay everybody, we are back in the car again. We have swapped our coil pack number 3 into cylinder number 1 position. We're going to do the same thing we did previously. We're going to start this car up, and we're going to watch our EGTs and see if we can pinpoint a cylinder that's misfiring and reading low temperature. Hopefully it moved. That would indicate that the coil pack on number 3 was bad. If it doesn't move, we will have to move to the spark plug and do the same thing as far as moving a spark plug and then seeing if our cylinder misfire moves. So let me turn you around, and we're going to go through startup again, and we're going to watch our EGTs and see what happens. We're going to log. Exhaust temp is starting to come up. We're just watching right now. Sometimes this misfire doesn't come around till we get a little warmer. Looks like everything's pretty close right now. Just the dash. Old gauges in the car. Car hasn't finished fully going through its warm-up cycle. So it's gonna idle a little bit weird, especially whenever it's misfiring and we keep shutting it off before it gets up to temp. All right, I can feel our misfire starting to come around. looks like cylinder 3 is starting to drop in temperature again. Pretty dramatically too. We're about 300 degrees, 350 degrees off of our other 3 temperatures. So it looks like moving the coil pack did not change, which rules out the possibility that the coil pack was bad. So we're going to shut this off and we're going to go move a spark plug. There you have it. Moving the coil pack from position 3 to position 1 did not change our misfire location. So the coil pack is not the definitive part that's bad, I guess. We're going to move on to swapping a plug and see if our misfire moves. Okay, everybody, I removed all 4 spark plugs, just wanted to check them all. I'm going to come in a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Visibly, I don't really see an issue with plug number 3. So we may be going a little bit further in our diag. I am going to swap it. Who knows? But if you come up here, this is number 1, looks all right. Number 2 looks all right. Number 3 looks okay. Number 4 looks okay. Usually with a dead misfire like we have shown, when the spark plug is fouled out, it will be pretty much completely black at the tip. Usually the porcelain won't be seen. But yeah, we'll see if we can find out what's going on here. Let's swap these plugs, get them back in there, and see if our misfire moves. Okay, everybody, we're back in the car again. This time we have swapped spark plug from number 3 cylinder into number 2 position. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to start the car up. We're going to watch our EGTs and see if the misfire goes to cylinder 2. That would tell us that the spark plug was bad. So let's find out. I don't know why every once in a while it takes 2 key cycles to get the ECU to connect, but seems like after that first key cycle everything works. That's another issue that has to do with the link. But all right, here we go. We're going to start log. And we're going to fire. We're going to let the temps come up and see what happens. Everything looks pretty close right now. Waiting for that mystery temperature to throw us a misfire, and we're going to see where it's at. Nothing too definitive yet. Oh, there it is. I can feel it coming around. Okay, we are misfiring now. What cylinder is going down? Number 3. Wow, all right. Number 3 cylinder is going down. So, all right, it is not the spark plug and it is not the coil pack. Looks like we're going to swap an injector and see if the misfire moves with the injector. That will be next. Okay, everybody, back in the car. So far, we have not figured out our cylinder 3 misfire. What I just did was change the position of the fuel injectors. Cylinder 3 is now in cylinder 2, and cylinder 2 is now in cylinder 3. So we are going to fire up the car again, and hopefully our misfire moves. If our misfire does not move this time, we're going to move into looking at mechanical stuff. So we'll do a compression test. Who knows, maybe there's a valve issue, maybe there's a cylinder issue. We're going to find out. Startup always seems fine. It's almost like something has to get up to a certain temperature and then we get our misfire. It's possible it could be electrical, could be a wire, could be something else, but let's see if we can figure it out. Cylinder 1's a little colder than the rest. I'm not too worried about that one. That one hasn't really seemed to be an issue. Should come up. Nothing yet. Kind of feel something. Nothing real definitive yet. Still a little bit rich, still during its warm-up cycle. We're about 1200 RPMs. Give it a little throttle, see if that causes something to come about. Nothing yet, which is odd. The car has come out of warm-up, as you can see. We are starting to correct right now. Still no misfire. Cylinder number 1 is still a little bit cold. That could just be a scaler that I need to play with. Up here, looks like we've got a couple different things going on here. surprisingly enough, if this was a fuel injector issue, I have had instances where I pull a fuel injector out, move it around, and sometimes if there's something in the injector, just getting it out of the fuel rail and move it around is enough to maybe knock something loose, or maybe it could have been a loose injector plug. But I was hoping to get an answer here, and I don't really have an answer. Let's let this warm up for a little bit, and we'll check it again in a minute. Alright everybody, we're back in the car. It's running. I don't really have a definitive answer for what our misfire was, because it seems to have fixed itself. Sometimes this happens, but like I said, maybe as I was doing my diag, I bumped a connection that was loose. Maybe one of the injector plugs was loose. When I had the injector out, maybe something was in the fuel rail, maybe something was in the injector filter itself. I switched the positions, got everything back together, and it's been running for probably a half hour now with no misfires. EGTs are all within about 30 or 40 degrees of each other. They seem fine. Idle seems good, throttle seems good. Everything sounds smooth. I really don't know what the misfire was. I'm glad we figured it out. Maybe it's going to take some driving to come back. Hope it does not, but as of right now, seems like it's okay. Thanks.